Here we go. We're back. Let's go and have that meeting with everybody in the dining room, I think they said.
It's time I went back and joined everyone in the small salon.
Oh, the salon. Right, I think there's going to be kick-offs here because everybody's been interrogated and we're not really any further forward. What have you got to say?
You are expected in the small salon, sir.
Okay. Now we've got full items on this one. So let's see if we can actually get through this chapter and only use one of each. I do still want that skill point, but last chapter we just like had too much to use, you know what I mean?
Emily, I must speak to you.
What's the matter, Louis?
I have news about your sister.
What have you found out?
Look, I've started piecing together the events leading up to my mother's disappearance and your sister's. Did my mother know about your secret?
Yes, even though I belong to the English chapter, her rank in the Order gives her access to a good deal of personal information.
Must have been Emma I saw in my vision.
Definitely.
I was given to understand that my mother and your sister bonded during their stay.
Oh, some more manipulation. What could we say? Speak about the messages. Ask her to go beyond the nightmare. Nah. Yeah. Don't send it on my mother's trail. I've got no interest in her knowing anything about what's going on.
If mother's really killed her sister, I'd better find her by myself. They say they spent a lot of time together. They got along well.
Oh, really? Do you think your mother liked Duchess Hillsborough?
Of course she did. After all, she's your sister. Well, we'll find them, Emily. Trust me.
Should I speak to her about my vision? If what I saw is true, she might want to take revenge.
No. No chance. No, let's keep these lips sealed. Keep everything to ourselves. Don't trust nobody.
I better keep that to myself for the time being.
Come, Louis. They're waiting for us.
You will pay dearly, Peru. I'm sure you were involved somewhere along the line.
That's right. Pretend you don't know. One piece of advice. Don't travel through France on your way back, or it'll cost you dearly.
Calm now, my friends. Let's calm down. Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated. Don't forget where you are, please.
What's going on here exactly?
Sir Gregory called us together to introduce the last guest.
But hardly had we arrived when he set upon Monsieur Peru.
Yeah, why?
And what has Mr. Peru done to once again provoke someone's anger?
We don't really know just yet.
I get the feeling it won't be long before it gets out.
How could you dare do such a thing? Dios mío, you are all out of your minds.
Really, Duke Manuel? What made you kick up such a fuss?
What? Have you not heard? Well, let me inform you that yesterday morning at 10:22 a.m. precisely, in the middle of the Place de la Révolution in Paris, by decree of the National Convention which Monsieur Peru works for, King Louis was guillotined. What?
Oh, no.
The King of France is dead, gentlemen. Our monarchies are in danger. I have said it before. How dare they?
Oh, dear.
As if...
Friends, let us calm down.
Don't pretend to be surprised. He got a fair trial.
Ridiculous!
Oh,
Bastard.
so he allowed
was
the trial.
sentenced to death by 361 votes. 360.
Majority decision.
You beheaded a king
By
for
one.
one vote. Is that your democracy?
What an obnoxious act. Until this, anything was possible. This political coup will have grave consequences.
France is lost.
Gentlemen, please. Let us take a step back a moment.
In the name of holiness. He was the highest representative of God in France, Emily.
Calm things down. Yeah, we'll do this. Think of the consequences for the Order.
If I remember rightly,
What Mother told me one night, King Louis was secretly also part of the Order. I wonder what impact his death will have on us.
Sad news, sir.
With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Louis Maras de Richer.
Are you related to Sarah de Richer?
Sarah is his mother, Duke. Gentlemen, this news affects us all, but I must ask you to remain calm. It's not the first time history has taken us by surprise. Let's ensure that our respective countries are allowed to respond appropriately to this news.
Oh, rest assured, the response will not fall short, my friend.
Good for you. Well, Your Grace, here I was preparing to introduce you as is proper, and you've beaten me to it. I'm delighted that we are all together at last. Our meeting will therefore be able to kick off shortly. I have just a few more little preparations to take care of before you all find out the reason for your presence here. In the meantime, I shall leave you to get to know one another. When you hear the bell, please proceed to the conclave room on my left, behind that door. I'll see you later.
This guy's so like methodical and like things in place. Like, yes, you shall only proceed after hearing the bell. Instead of just having it like develop organically. Manuel Godoy.
Could you spare a moment, please, sir?
I'm glad you asked. I want to talk to you too.
Of course.
Yeah, we can't trust this guy.
I heard about your mother's disappearance.
He looks concerned. I don't know why, but I doubt it's from sympathy alone.
Only chance.
Let's see what he wants from me.
Any news of her? Have you found her, maybe?
What is he waiting for? Have no time for that. Does he know her? That's diversion. We're gonna have to try the questioning. Does he have feelings for her?
Hear you speak, it sounds like you and my mother were close.
Let's say I hold your mother in high esteem, yes. We were even planning to work together.
That's what he was getting at.
Did she tell you about our arrangement?
Another only chance. Psychology or manipulation, definitely.
Absolutely, but I was hoping that you could tell me more about it.
Well, she was planning to sell me a very old book. I will make no secret of the fact that I am passionate about the subject. And when Sarah spoke to me about it, her account literally had me enthralled. I can think of nothing else since. You might have come across some old books in her belongings, perhaps?
He wants that book that we found in our bag. He looks obsessed. Psychology. Make him talk about what he's looking for. Yes, I think we should manipulate him again.
As my mother's got so many old books, I'm afraid I won't be able to...
Oh, it's easy. You can't mistake this one. It's an ancient grimoire, composed of 7 parts. Each one is closed under lock and key. It was made in such a way that if someone tried to tamper with it, the sheets would be permanently tarnished. If you find it, you mustn't tamper with it. You see?
That's unusual.
Unfortunately, that doesn't ring a bell. I'll look again, but I wouldn't get my hopes up. You seem very upset. Is it so important to you, this book?
Well, it's the search of a lifetime. What can I say? Every time I move closer to it, it seems to slip away at the last minute. I was very surprised to learn that your mother had it in her possession. I thought it was with a certain von Borchet in Paris. Do you know him?
Von Borchet. We're going all in on manipulation.
Indeed. One of your close friends?
No, not really, but we were close once. Precisely over the case that concerns us now, because he claimed to have the book I'm looking for.
Another dishonest person. What can you say? Can't trust anyone these days, huh?
No.
We can't.
No, you can't.
I hope I've been able to satisfy your curiosity. Mr. von Volner, and that you succeed in finding what you're looking for.
Oh, and so do I.
And now, what if you told me who you really are working for, instead of keeping up this pretense?
I beg your pardon?
We both know what you're looking for, von Volner. You're the one who von Burchard was planning to sell it to.
For centuries, all those who have come into contact with the Al-Azif have bitterly regretted it, Monsieur de Richet. You are playing a dangerous game. Please know that I am working for someone who does not appreciate anyone poking around in his business.
Let me guess.
Boom. Mortimer. The King of Prussia. It could be that, you know. Who do you think?
Your dear king, I should think.
What? You mean Frederick William? Oh, my poor fellow. You are miles away. That stupid, pretentious puppet wields no real power. But seeing as you do not wish to be serious, so be it. Good luck to you.
Fucking bastard. Maybe it was Holt. Right, it doesn't matter. I don't care who he's working for, to be honest. We've got that out of him. Right, let's use a royal jelly. That's the only one we can use this episode. Is there anything else around here?
There's a pattern with 5 circles on this chest. I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
More golden elixirs.
Chronicles of the Amber Princes. As I recall, Dorkin was my favorite character.
Yeah, this was the room where that Sarah got slapped, wasn't it? But now she's dead. Oh, then Napoleon. We're having a game of chess.
Monsieur Bonaparte, may I speak with you a moment?
May we?
What do you think of Duke Godoy?
Well, I'd rather not express any opinion of him.
Why is that?
His reputation is enough for me.
There are some rumors about his loose morals.
Juste, monsieur. Add to that his devouring ambition, if you want my opinion. Playing at lover boy rather than gaining merit for his career. It's a disgrace for any soldier.
I understand your point of view. Does expression go beyond the nightmare mean anything to you at all?
Well, metaphorically, yes. It sums up the career of a soldier quite well. I doubt that is what you want to hear, though.
Indeed.
That's surely not what I'm looking for.
Well, monsieur, if you are looking for a phrase book, Lord Mortimer must surely have one, given the number of books he has. You ought to check in the library of the tower. You never know.
We've been there, haven't we, though? But we only briefly walked through it.
Would you have any more information about the conference Lord Mortimer spoke of?
Nothing at all. Mortimer is very committed to secrecy when it comes to his conferences. But given the presence of Monsieur Peru and ourselves, I think it must concern France to some extent. Otherwise, I doubt he would have invited 3 Frenchmen to his table, huh?
I know, like, this committee, this conference is overwhelmed. It's overwhelmed by the French. Maybe it was his plan to have the King of France beheaded.
Well, I'll be leaving you now. Shall we meet up again later?
Wait, monsieur. Any news of your mother?
Unfortunately not, no.
I hope to speak with her about my deal before I leave. Let me know if you find her. À plus tard, monsieur.
À plus tard. Right, so what's through here? We can go through there. I think that's the exit to the main hall. Ah, we'll have to go there anyway. Oh, what's this? Nothing. That confrontation with a fellow with Von Wallner was strange because it only gave you one chance. Like if you messed up any of the answers, like I imagine that you'd fail. Whereas before, you could at least, like, if you failed the first one, you could move on to the second one, and then it's like best of 3, and then you have like so many chances to think at the end. That one was like anyone you could fail on, and that was it, game over. And that's good, yeah. We can actually go back upstairs if we wanted to. I'd rather go to the library. Oh, the library. Where is that? Yep, right, we're going through here. Ah, who's this? Oh, we'll have a word with what who he's called? George Washington.
Go beyond the nightmare. Does this line remind you of anything in particular?
You've caught me unaware here, Louis. Let me think about it a second. No, nothing comes to mind. Sorry, Louis, but I am unable to help you.
Mr. President, what do you think about your counterpart, Duke Manuel?
I'm very surprised he was able to accept Lord Mortimer's invitation, given the political situation in Spain.
I'm not bothered about any of this.
I wonder what promise Lord Mortimer could have made to make him agree to come here, given the circumstances.
Who knows?
Well, thank you for your time.
Don't mention it, my young friend. Regarding your question on the nightmare, don't hesitate to question the others about it. Maybe one of them knows more than I do.
That's a good idea. Thank you once again. I'll see you in a little bit.
Maybe I should have asked. The girl about it. Emily. We could have asked her about it, but oh, we've learned all of her immunities and vulnerabilities. That's another thing on the list that we need to do. We need to start discovering everybody's immunity and vulnerability, because we get trade points for doing it. Ah, this guy might know the nightmare.
Ah, Louis. Just the man. Good Lord. How did the king come to be executed? I would think that the order would have intervened.
I'm not going to insist.
I invite you to speak about it with my mother as soon as she reappears.
Is there any news of her?
Well, I hope it won't be long before I find her, Your Eminence.
Louis, I'm counting on you. If you don't find Sarah before my departure, I must ask you to give me back the letter I gave you.
Oh, don't worry about that, Your Eminence.
Now you wanted to speak to me.
I've still, the good thing is I've still got the letter, and I use subterfuge to keep the seal on it, so you won't know that I've looked at it.
If I say the nightmare to you, does it make you think of anything?
Your question is strange, my son.
say. Could you at least tell me a little more about the context?
Think of a place and tell me the first thing that comes into your mind when I say the nightmare.
Let me think. I'd say Lord Mortimer's favorite painting on the wall behind his desk. You know, that painting caused quite a stir when it was exhibited. It is titled The Nightmare, and it shows a woman lying down with a creature sitting on her, and in the background, a horse. I don't know if it will be of any help, but I can't think of anything else.
You never know. Thank you for that, though, Your Eminence. I gotta go and see it just in case, though.
Right, so the painting.
Thank you for everything, Your Eminence. I shan't take up any more of your time.
You are welcome, my son. I will be seeing you, Louis.
Lord Mortimer's painting. Where the hell is that gonna be? Is that in the library? In his office. Sorry, did he say his office?
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Loads of jelly there, like. I can't use any more this episode. Yeah, we've only been on this level on the library. Don't know if we can get any higher.
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
There's so much jelly all over the shop. At least that we know that we can come back for stuff that we've unlocked previously. So like the world remains in a constant state, which is good. So where's his study again? His office. Oh wait there. We wanted to investigate some stuff in here, didn't we? Remember oh, we can't do it anymore. That must have been a one-time thing. So we ended up talking to Emily before we investigated all the items in that room, which was a shame. Can't go back.
There's the alchemical symbol of the earth on the lid.
Pick the two locks. Oh, we can do it for free now. Awesome, so we had one key but we didn't have the other one, but now we can do it. Pick, unlock one lock and then pick the other. Nice. So there's caramel water and royal jelly in there. And a couple of mysterious notes. More jelly. Aha. Right, that's upstairs to his office. Just throwing items at us. Look at all this stuff. Right, we're going upstairs. Well, I would if I wasn't stuck in a chair, like. Oh, right, so that puts us there. Right, we'll have to find our way. Up is this way. Is there anybody else we can
Monsieur
speak to?
Johann van Volner.
I'm not interested in speaking to him. Maybe Emily if I come across her room. Then again, tell you what, I'm not going to speak to anyone. I just want to go and find this painting. Oh, there she is anyway. Speak to the devil.
What do you want, Louis?
Nah, that's it.
What do you think of our last guest?
Well, I never thought I would get the chance to meet that Hispanic Casanova in the flesh. His reputation is well known. The gentleman collects lovers, including, would you believe it, the Queen of Spain.
Collect lovers. Sounds like a true hero. You don't have that. I'm not interested in your room as pet.
I doubt that Lord Mortimer invited him for his charm, if you want my opinion.
You're leaving me?
Unfortunately, I have things to do. Thank you again, madam.
I know I've mentioned it before, but this guy does sometimes when he speaks remind me of Guybrush Threepwood. I wonder if it's the same voice actor. It might be a stretch, like. Hold on, are these the stairs I need to go there down?
Monsieur Jacques Perru. Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Where's the stairs? Up. Oh, past them. I always miss them stairs, you know. They're hiding away in a little alcove.
So, what did my mother mean by going beyond the nightmare?
Is that big painting there? Nobody else in here, is it? There won't be. I'll be left on my own devices here because he's downstairs setting up that conference. Right, what can we steal?
Le Coup de Lance by Paul Rubens.
It's a book on the history of the Crusades. I don't think it has any connection with my research.
That's the painting, but wait there.
That's what you generally feed birds.
Is it now? If I use this, it might give us a negative status effect, which is what I need to activate the golden elixir. Oh, I could feed the bird.
Might come in handy.
Okay. I've just thought, we're at the point in the game where it's actually going to be really, really hard to use one of each item because it takes more than one of each item to get you infected. The negative status ailment for you to allow you to use the golden elixir. You're that thing that's making all the bloody noise.
A minor bird. Well, Waldo, is your master good? Sarah de Riche? Waldo, you know Sarah?
Who's a pretty boy? Pretty bird. That just reminds me of Dumb and Dumber. when they give the blind kid the fucking dead bird. Wait, how let's feed it a berry.
A minor bird. Sarah de Riche? Waldo, you know Sarah? What? Repeat that, Waldo. Sarah? What about Sarah? Good God, what's been happening here? Well, Waldo, is your master good? I don't really know what I was expecting.
Give it another berry. Oh, I've got none left. Can I go and get some more? Nah, that wasn't me. You had one chance at that, and I chose Sarah, so we know something fucked up's been happening here. And it sounded like my mother was doing the bad stuff. Somebody was telling her to stop.
Let's take a closer look. Judging by the shape, I'd say they're Criollo cocoa beans. The chocolate of the Mayas, the rarest of the beans. Some even say they're an aphrodisiac.
Ooh.
When a product is in fashion, people attribute all sorts of virtues to it, not to be given to animals.
That is hilarious.
Dark chocolate beans. Very bitter. They're greatly prized in high society.
Not to be given to birds. Wait there, sorry, I'm just laughing. Because it's not to be given to birds. But we know what's going to be given to that bird next. Oh. Yeah, you keep whistling, let's see how that far that gets you. Accounts for the year. 360 grand, bloody hell. Dear Mr. Guido Paletti, I'm writing with regard to the dates of the paintings that I sent you for your temporary exhibition. Please note that they're part of my private collection and are dated accordingly to the Freemasons calendar AL, in use at the time. As you may well have guessed, you must remember to subtract 4,000 years if you don't want the public to be surprised at the dating of the works. No need to remind you that the Freemason year AL begins in March, not January. About the Longinus painting, I took the liberty to have the spear touched up so it better corresponds to the actual spear. Cannot urge you to strongly enough to do the same for yours. Yours sincerely, Lord William Alexander Mortimer. But wait there. About the Longinus painting, I took the liberty to have the spear touched up so it better corresponds to the actual spear. I cannot urge you strongly enough to do the same for yours. So is he duplicating paintings? He is. He's duplicating real paintings. Right, so that explains why there's so many paintings everywhere. Either these are the real ones, and the fake ones are out in the real world, or the other way around.
No, what have we got here?
Well, it looks like a model of a lock. It's as if Mortimer is fond of complicating things sometimes. Well, I hope I never have to try and unlock it.
Yes. I bet you that happens, right? Anyways, pretty bird. Pretty bird.
Mine a bird.
Want some chocolate, mate?
Oh, what have I done? It looks like I've killed him.
Oh, shit.
Shit. I better not hang around.
That is hilarious. Oh my god, I killed the bird. Not so pretty bird. Right, fuck this. Let's check this painting out. We'll cause enough damage.
The Nightmare painted by Fuseli in 1781. Ah, this must be what my mother was talking about. Now just need to find out what she meant by go beyond. Hey, looks like it's mounted on rails on each side. It should lift up, I think. There must be a mechanism somewhere.
Find a mechanism to move the painting. One of the candlesticks, do you think? Ah, maybe, is it this book?
I don't think this book can help me.
Oh, shit. Oh, is it this lock?
No, what have we got here?
Well, it looks like a model.
Ah, look.
A model of a lock. It's as if Mortimer is fond of complicating things sometimes. found it. Oh, what on earth is this? A ring lock now? Great. That's all I needed.
How are we going to solve this? Okay.
It's a complex mechanism. Looks like the third ring is a bit seized up. It gets stuck on number 9.
Okay. So the third one gets stuck on number 9. Wait there, wait there, wait there. There was a date on one of these, wasn't there? I'm writing with regard to the dates of the paintings that I sent you for your temporary exhibition. Please note that they are part of my private collection and are dated accordingly. You may well have guessed that you must remember to subtract 4,000 years if you don't want the public to be surprised. The date of the work. Freemason. Longinus painting. We need to find the Longinus painting.
A painting depicting the Third Crusade. It's titled Winter Before the Fall of Saint Jean d'Acre.
The spear. Wait, how we're looking for a painting with a spear on it. Oh, that's the one we first investigated, wasn't it?
Coup de Lance by Paul Rubens. It's Christ on the cross as Longinus pierces his side with a spear.
Longinus.
Rubens. Oh, he was a great painter.
What's the date? Yeah, what's the date? And we'll subtract 4,000.
Coup de Lance by Paul Rubens.
Oh wait there, what's this?
This painting isn't finished. And it looks like Mortimer probably did it. Not bad, but you can't exactly say it's been done in the style of the period.
$1972 minus 4,000. 197. That doesn't add up.
It's a complex mechanism. Looks like the third ring is a bit seized up. It gets stuck on number 9. Well, I got it wrong. It doesn't matter.
Right, wait there, wait there. Gotta be something else here. Need more information. Bet you know what it is. I bet you if I gave the bird the berry and asked him about Mortimer, I would have said the bloody code. What about this one? Oh wait, is there a... Unless the spear's this one. Well,
Hey,
oh no, there.
there are 2 dates on this painting.
Nice.
1154 AD and 5154 AL.
5154. Nah, that can't be it.
The 2 dates most likely relate to 2 calendars. The Gregorian calendar and, well, the Freemason calendar.
Tell you what, we'll try it. 515... 5159?
Hey, there are 2 dates on this painting. 1154 AD and 5154 AL.
5154. I know that said something about 9, but I'm not bothered.
Well, I got it wrong. It doesn't matter.
Definitely a 9. 5194.
Well, I got it wrong. It doesn't matter.
You just don't know. Oh, that's it, man. 5792. 5792. Oh. 5. 7 9. Gotta be it. If this isn't it, I don't know what to do.
Well, I got it wrong. It doesn't matter.
Five seven nine two. One 792.
Well, I got it wrong. It doesn't matter.
What? Can we not get any more information? We need a date on this painting.
Coup de Lens by Paul Rubens. It's Christ on the cross as Longinus pierces his side with his spear. Rubens. He was a great painter.
Yeah, no shit. I need the date. Son of a bitch.
William Alexander Mortimer I, the 12th month of Anno Lucis,
5190.
5190. That's a funny date.
Aha. 5190. 5. One. Come on, baby.
Damn it. Doesn't
You
work. 5190. I was pretty sure it was right. Maybe I didn't use the right dating system.
1.
Doesn't work, damn it. I really thought I was close. 1190.
Am I doing
Isn't
it
the
wrong
right
way?
date when you subtract 4000? I must have missed a subtlety.
Right, well, I've missed a subtlety here. Right, wait, let's read this properly. You must remember to subtract 4,000 years if you don't want the public to be surprised at the dating of the works. Please note, as you may well have guessed, you must remember to subtract 4,000 years. So if it's 1 minus 5,
Well, I got it wrong. It doesn't matter.
well, I think we're just going to change the first number
Well,
until we get it
I
right.
got it wrong. It doesn't matter.
I'm confident the rest right.
Well, I got it wrong. It doesn't matter. Well, I got it wrong. It doesn't matter. Well, I got it wrong.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't work, damn it. I really thought I was close. 1,190. Isn't the right date when you subtract 4,000? I must have missed a subtlety.
Yeah, I'm so... Ah, wait there.
It's a complex mechanism. Looks like the third ring is a bit seized up. It gets stuck on number 9.
Where's the number 9, bro?
Well, I got it wrong. It doesn't matter. Well, I got it wrong. It doesn't matter. Well, I got it wrong. It doesn't matter. Damn it. Doesn't work. 5,190. I was pretty sure it was right. Maybe I didn't use the right dating system.
119, it's got to be. What's this painting hiding?
William Alexander Mortimer the 1st, the 12th month of Anno Lucis. 5,190. That's a funny date.
The 12th month of Anno Lucis. Months is 1 year. So that should be 1. I don't know, I think that's a key detail. $89. Then again, that won't be right if it's seized. I'll try it. Unless it's 91.
Still not working.
91.
I get the impression I counted the wrong way. It must be 1 year more then, right?
There. It's 1 year more. Boosh. We'll figure it out. I'm so glad I managed to figure it out without help.
Open sesame.
Didn't have to use any traits or focus points. This is like Grand Archive.
Let's see what you've been hiding, Lord Murderer.
Dear Lord Mortimer, I'm writing to ask you to persuade President Washington not to sign the Fugitive Slave Act. As it stands, we must absolutely legislate on a national level and not allow every state to choose their policy regarding slaves. It was initially intended to resolve a conflict between Pennsylvania and Virginia. By signing it, we risk legislating the haunting of blacks, the hunting of blacks. More and more men of little faith are becoming slave hunters and, unable to find any slaves on the run, they kidnap the first black they come across, which they pass off as the wanted runaway. The situation threatens to quickly degenerate. Thanks in advance, John Adams. So this guy, like, he does control the world, doesn't he? He's got a say in everything. I hope this letter will reach you. My hours are numbered. My printing house has been confiscated and I am imprisoned in the fortress of Schisselberg. Schlüsselberg, aye. If by chance you could intervene in my favour, I would be eternally in your debt. The Karina Catherine should not be long in banning all Golden Order lodges from her territory. Our horizon has become considerably darker. In the hope that you can help me, Nikolai Novikov.
It shows the forces present in Africa. This is unexpected activity in this sector. It looks like there are also many unknowns, even for Mortimer. Weakness of the Human Psyche by Guillaume Tremor. He says, it is possible to drill an idea into someone by constant daily repetition until the mind gives in. And goes on, there are hundreds of good ways to live life, but you only need one to convince the masses that it's the only one possible. The
That
author
is
isn't
very
letting any
true.
ethical principles get in his way, is he?
That's very true. If you repeat something, that's why you see it in the media these days. If you repeat something over and over again, people just start to, I wouldn't say people start to believe it, they just tend to take it as truth. That's the problem. The gift has been delivered. Timur Shah Durrani, King of Afghanistan, of Punjab, of Sindh, of Mashhad, and of Kashmir, should not retain his title much longer. His son Zaman will succeed him as planned. We'll then be able to resume negotiations.
This shows the forces present in America.
My dear friend, with thanks for your services rendered in helping the fight against the Spanish and the conquest of Iran, a ship bound for Marseille in France has been chartered. In aboard are a few corpses infected with the plague that is decimating our country at this moment in time. Be very careful when handling these boxes, because if inadvertently opened, you risk spreading the disease all over France. Mohammed El Kabir. That's very dangerous. What's this? Let us see if you have the courage to face me alone.
This is my mother's writing. I've picked up her trail. What is she up to? Obviously, she wants to lure Mortimer somewhere, but where? The only clue she's left for Mortimer is this stone sword. It must be intentional. It looks like a decorative sword, like from a statue, for example. And judging by the state of it, I'm guessing it's been left outside for a long time. I have absolutely got to find out where it came from.
My guys, right, let me just put this into perspective for everyone, right? There's been a murder. Now my guy's walking about with a stone sword. It's hilarious. Right, what's this? Follow up. My dearest Lord Mortimer, as a friend of China, rest assured that you'll be rewarded for your information. You need not worry about any scheming against us from Great Britain. Your representative, Mr. McCartney, will leave with no hope of any arrangements involving us. Your friend, Queen Long, Emperor of the Qing Dynasty. Thank you for your words, and I do understand your situation. I regret having to confront you militarily, but if the situation obliges me to declare war and do what you think fit, under your advisement and with a weary heart, I'll often meet up with a coalition that opposes you, in the hope of serving you again. George, King of Hanover, King of the United Kingdom. Right, so he was in opposition before we activate that. William, whatever your projects, it would seem that our father is against leaving you with a gripe on Europe. Russia will soon commit itself to a coalition against your dear France. Don't think you can resist it long. I beseech you, William, not to persist. You're tearing our family apart, your loving brother G. I shall come to your conference. But do you think that holding it at the present moment is conduct?
It shows the forces present in Europe. It's clear that France is surrounded by her enemies. However, a large number has been underlined in bold. 26 million. I know what it is. It's an estimation of my country's population. All our neighbors have far fewer inhabitants.
Right, wait there, right? They're planning, or is Mortimer planning on unleashing the plague into France? First, he's going to destabilize the country by getting rid of the king, and then getting rid of the population. As desired, I have been able to gather together my friends to sign the agreement you proposed. This agreement shall be known as the Buttonwood Agreement. You recall the place where we gathered when you met us for the first time. You will understand why this name was given. Please find enclosed a list of my colleagues. Wall Street, Broad Street, so this is all America. Oh, there's a lot going on in here.
Preservation using formaldehyde. Just as disgusting as ever. Something strange about this table. What kind of experiments does Mortimer carry out here? It's a dissection table. So Mortimer does autopsies. Here on his desert island. But who is he doing autopsies on then?
The plagued bodies.
The little surgeon's perfect collection.
Or maybe he's doing... he's immune to science. Now, Lord Mortimer. Is he the one that's been dissecting Sarah? All through our childhood?
Looks like obsidian or onyx. Must weigh a ton.
Unfortunately, we have no linguistics.
These are feathers. Pigeon, probably. A skeleton by the name of Gustav, if the plaque on the plinth is anything to go by. Mortimer's given a name to his anatomy skeleton. That's morbid.
Dear Lord Mortimer, as agreed, I've changed your old lock for one of my invention. Drawn inspiration from your doctor friend, Mr. Gilliton. Here is the model of your new lock. You appreciate my prototype. It's difficult to imagine how it all fits together, but it will be located in the middle of the present door. Aim being to alter nothing of the door's functionality, but to add a bit of spice. Depending on the lineup of the wheels, the aforementioned lock will open, or will punish the snooper whose faith is not strong enough. I called my invention the Judgment of Faith, because if a snooper is unable to resist opening it, they will be punished. I hope you'll appreciate the irony of the situation. Right, so wait there. If a snooper is unable to resist opening it, they will be punished. Right, so what locks this? Can it be the front door? Who is the most admirable of all the Olympians? None other than the king of the gods, of course. Unlike his father Kronos, he learned to make equal use of his strength and wisdom. Instead of fearing the power of his children and brothers, he accepted to share the world with them. Men fear his thunder and praise his justice. He reigns, but does not dominate. Well, I'm not very big on Greek mythology. Maybe that's the answer to the safe or something. None other than the king of the gods, of course. Zeus? Not sure.
That must be for writing the homing pigeon messages. An iron mask. I wonder who it's for.
Be assured of my entire devotion, as agreed. The Vendée peasantry will soon rise up. My network is striving to increase the pressure on the masses. The decision of the Assembly, which consists of voting the civil constitution of the clergy, is inflaming the region. People overwhelmingly reject the priests and swear loyalty to the state. If you could ensure that the convention will administer the final blow to the people, the issue will be resolved. Without wishing to direct you, forced recruitment for a faraway conflict would be a perfect way to arouse the people definitively. Franco Athens Charter de la... So he's French, so wait there. Without wishing to direct you, a forced recruitment for a faraway conflict would be a perfect way. So that's why he wants to start a war. That's why he's using Napoleon. That's why he's using Napoleon to start a war. To redirect attention.
A chest with a motif representing the alchemical symbol of fire.
Key with an occult water symbol.
A table of alchemical elements. So, Lord Mortimer also studies alchemy? It seems like he's interested in everything.
He's a clever bloke. Our plans are going ahead wonderfully well. The Coinage Act has been voted. Your project, if found in the very first Bank of America, should not be delayed and will probably be called a Union Bank. As for the construction of the White House, it has still died to begin with. It has still died to begin in October. I will accept no delays, you can trust me on this. Thomas Jefferson.
3 rusty old nails. They're about 20 centimeters long.
Some goat skulls, chicken legs. Now we all know what that's for. I'm a little surprised that...
Look, a pack of tarot cards. Has he been reading the cards? Mortimer? That would surprise me.
It is a typical draw on a line that answers a specific question. To the left, temperance, that announces a reward for one who patiently waits before taking any action. And in the middle, the chariot, which symbolizes triumph and business success. To the right, the emperor evokes a future full of power and stability.
He is actually into everything, isn't he? The tiger is dying. On your demand, I have attacked Travancore and personally cut the throats of as many Englishmen as possible, though without help from the French. I cannot hold them off much longer. My forces are rapidly diminishing in spite of your new rockets. Tipu Sahib, Sultan of Mysore. Yeah, this guy is pulling strings everywhere. There's something I'm missing here. What have I not found?
Am I seeing things, or is that an actual von Leeuwenhoek microscope? Incredible. Mortimer really is at the cutting edge of science. Even at the Order, it took us ages to get one of those. It's locked.
Oh. Where does that lead? Your plans to intervene in Belgium are to go ahead and set down. I am to occupy the Prussian army. The delivery of cannons to Valmy has ensured our victory. As agreed, I have notified the King of Prussia of the invasion plans of Custine and an army of the north. I will keep the Austrians, out of Belgium. I am to quickly return to Paris as I sense the fate of our King Louis is about to be decided dishonorably, and it is impossible for me not to intervene. Should you have any missives to give me, I invite you to go by, as per usual, our friend, Monsieur Peru, Charles Frax de Moraes, General of the Army of the North.
A fine-looking map of the Orient, indeed.
I regret to inform you that it will soon be impossible to ignore pressure from the Russians. The Karina Catherine has every intention of supporting the Count of Provence and will recognize him as the regent of the Kingdom of France. Once King Louis has disappeared from the political stage, I'm sorry to announce bad news, but expect dark times ahead. Elfried Bauer. Right, I haven't... There's nothing in here that I can do. Right, let's go.
Oh, shit. How am I gonna get out of here now?
Right, so wait there. It'll just be the number reversed, so it was a 1191. So wait there, how many sides is on one of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. So this is actually going to be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait there, fuck no. 5 is there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, so it's just 5, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 1, 1, so 1 needs to, let's get 1 on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. It was, well, I'm sure it was 1191.
This looks like the same mechanism as the one on the other side. These cylinders rotate on the same central axis, so when I enter a number on one side, it corresponds to another one on the other side.
Yeah, well, I get that. So I'm sure the number was 1191, wasn't it? That means it's 99. Okay, I'm sure that's right. Yeah, I knew it was.
Well, better not dwell on it then.
Master of escape, baby. Find out the origin of your sword left by your mother. I can't believe I killed this guy's bird as well. That was classic legend. Only a legend would feed a bird chocolate. Oh, that's it, done. I poisoned Waldo the bird in Mortimer's office. Why is that class as failed? I successfully poisoned it. Alternate paths. I could have met Peru under strange circumstances. I wonder what would have caused that. Hopefully we'll get a level up. Nice, we've got 4 points. Right, what do I need? I need manipulation. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3. I need 4 more points in manipulation to get that thing. And what does it actually give us? Ending an opportunity successfully will now return 1 effort point you. That is massively helpful. But on that, right? Do I not want to at least have a point in these? Nah. No, I'm going to stick with that. That's exactly what I want to do. That's what I'm going with. I can use manuscripts to get diversion up next time. Oh, there's another subterfuge. Nice. Right, go with that. Okay, so I need... I want to do linguistics. I need politics, diversion, and linguistics. Diversion. Linguistics. Diversion and politics. At least we're going to get a point in those. And then we can spend 1 point next time to get them up to a usable level. Alright, so the next one's start quest. Right, lads. So, we've done some Mission Impossible. Code breaking. Breaking into someone's safe. Secret galleries, all sorts. Fucking hell. We even killed the parrot. Or whatever it was, Mockingbird. I didn't know what it was, but it's dead now. Yeah, Mortimer's gonna be not too impressed when he finds out his bird sat at the bottom of the cage. Pretty bird. Right. See you in the next episode, lads, when we find out what this bloody stone sword's all about.